My name is Patrick Cushing, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about the 2015 General Assembly elections. I want to cover why this was an important election. I want to cover what happened and the impact it will have in the 2016 session and beyond. So first, why was this an important election for Virginia? Well, this election we had 140 members, so every one of our members of the House and the Senate were up for re-election. The significance of that really is in the Senate, where the House is fully controlled by Republicans, and that wasn't going to change. The Senate was split 21-19 with Republicans controlling the Senate, and it's going to have a big impact on what happens in the 2016 session. So what actually happened? The best way to summarize it is not much happened. We had 122 incumbents out of 140 seats up for re-election, and every single incumbent that ran won. In terms of party control in the House, that stayed Republican. We knew that was going to happen. The Democrats picked up one seat, which many people thought they would pick up a few more, but they didn't. Not a big impact in the House. In the Senate, nothing changed. Despite a few very contested races, the split is still 21 Republicans, 19 Democrats. It was a major election in the Senate. We had over $43 million in all races come into Virginia. We had a lot of out-of-state money, which the press picked up on, and some of the races around Richmond, particularly the Senate race between Dan Gecker and Glenn Sturtevant, attracted a lot of attention as it was a battleground seat for the Senate. So now with the election over, we're looking at the 2016 General Assembly session and beyond, and what the impact on the election will have on Virginia politics and policy. Within Virginia, probably the biggest impact is going to be around Medicaid expansion. One of the things that the governor was looking for was to have Democrats gain control of the Senate, which would provide additional leverage for the governor and his efforts to expand Medicaid. Without control of the Senate, the governor is going to have a more difficult time advocating for Medicaid expansion, although he has announced a plan that he's going to move forward with that. So we're going to be watching that. It's going to be interesting big policy issues that's going to affect not just CPAs, not just clients of CPAs, but the entire state. Additionally, one of the things that we're looking at in the 2016 session is how the Senate Republican caucus is going to organize. As many of you know, we've lost one of our greatest advocates for the CPA profession, Senator Walter Stosh, who chose to retire this year. And so with him, there's a couple other moderate senators, Republicans, that are leaving the chamber, and some newer, slightly more conservative Republicans have now joined the chamber. And so it'll be interesting to see how the Senate Republican caucus organizes, who will take the leadership roles, and who will take chair of Senate Finance, because that's going to have a big impact on certainly finance and appropriations issues within the General Assembly. Outside of Virginia, some of the big issues this year with all 140 members of the General Assembly up for re-election, many outsiders were looking at Virginia to see whether 1 year out from the presidential election, whether Virginia was going to be turning bluer or redder. And I don't think we have an answer to that question. With 122 incumbents, all of them being reelected, we didn't see really any major shifts between Democrats and Republicans in our General Assembly. So I think that when we look at the presidential race, we'll probably continue to be a battleground state. A lot of attention will be on Virginia as we try to figure out, and the nation tries to figure out what direction Virginia is moving.